Welcome. So I've got a sick video for you guys today. I will be running through my entire training program, nutrition protocol, cardio plan that I am currently running in order to build the physique of my life, ready to prep me for this photo shoot on the 29th of June. Okay, so it's less than 9 weeks away now. This is sick. I'm gonna run it all down, from how every session looks to what my rep schemes are, to how I'm tracking it, to my current calories and how that's moved around, if it has at all, and what sort of cardio I'm putting in and how I'm feeling, etc. So I mean, you can rip this training plan from me if you want. Who gives a fuck? But this is the exact protocol that I'm running to get my best physique ever, just in time for being 30 years old. Ooh, yeah, excited for this one, guys, so stay tuned. So I'm heading out to the gym in like hour 15 minutes. It's actually rest day today, but I've got cardio to do. I've got half an hour on the rower, which you'll see it's pure pain, but when it comes to like overall conditioning, getting that fitness up and aiding fat loss, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm not doing much cardio at the moment. I'm getting pretty lean, pretty quick. Part of it down to doing this rower. So how I'm prepping for the rower today, make sure I'm getting 2 meals in, 2 carb meals mainly. I did my normal breakfast, which I'll have first thing in the morning as I get up. So I'll do protein shake, just to get that hit of protein that's needed. And then I'll just do 2 slices of toast with light butter and jam. I use about 15 grams of butter, 25 grams of jam, and that's just my standard breakfast, nothing special. Is it like massively nutritious? No, but it works for me. I'm really consistent with it, so I understand what my hunger is going to be like after it and managed. And what I'm going to do now, like I said, I'll set off in about an hour 10, something like that, waiting for Robin to finish PTing. So I'm going to do another portion of carbs. I'm going to do a small bowl of oatmeal, put a little bit of honey in there, get my belly filled up a little bit, just so that I'm not going too long before I train. So I don't like to do I don't like to go too long before I train and when I'm eating and stuff like that. It all has to be on point. I like to eat within like that 1 to 2 hours before, and I did eat probably like an hour and a half ago, so I'm getting a little bit hungry. I'm not willing to wait till after I train. So yeah, so let's get it done. Porridge, honey, job done.
I'm always a winner. I'm always a winner. I'm the definition of underdog who relates, who people rooting for cause they see themselves in my face. Go toe to toe with my bait, driven to be the great #1, treat second place like I'm in a 2-man race. This is David and Goliath, view me as a fly, smaller than horizon, but there's so many rivals. My son's in a body that can take half of those bodies and make a block on top of the dead just to look a giant dead in his head. I break, I fall, I crawl, I carry so much weight that you'll probably never believe it. I fade, I fall, stand tall. Some dream of greatness while others stay awake to achieve it. I do this without no excuses. I just love winning less than I hate losing. I'm proving the reign through my era. So even if I die for centuries through history, I'm alive.
5 grams of oats with about 330 ml of milk, put some sweetener in there. Have I decided against the honey? I don't know. But yeah, do it on the, I like to do it on the hob, because microwaved oats is bullshit, man. Absolutely tastes like shit, comes out like shit. Fuck that. It's got to be done on the hob, let me tell you that. So let's get this finished off. When it comes to the success of your diet, for whether it's like a photo shoot prep, whether it's just to get lean, whether it's dieting for a holiday, whether you want to lose there's a little bit of body fat, the key, and I hate to say it, is consistency. If you can generally eat the same foods the majority of the time, foods that you enjoy, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean, there's a misconception of when people say, I eat the same foods all the time, they see it as I eat boring. It's not the case. So I tend to eat pretty regimented because I know it works, I know it feels good. I can manage my hunger. That's really important when dieting. You start putting different foods in there, you don't know you're going to respond to it, and you can have a really bad day. cravings go through the roof and you want to cheat. So yeah, it's really important that you keep things just really consistent with foods that you enjoy and foods that work. High protein, foods that are going to fit your specific macro intake. That's how you're going to succeed. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. As long as you're in a caloric deficit and you enjoy your diet, it's job done. That's all it is. It's no special formula. It's consistency, dealing with the bits of hunger that come, and willpower. That's it. Job done. 3 things. That's how to get lean. So yeah, I like to be pretty regimented with the way I eat. I don't eat boring. Toast, jam, and a shake for breakfast. That's fine. Porridge oats, pre. I'll have barbecue chicken and rice. I'll have chicken curry, like chicken thigh curry. Tonight I'm having steak with mash and peppercorn sauce. I'll have a bowl of cereal every day. It works, man. It works. You don't have to be fancy. As long as them calories hit, you're good and you'll get lean. Now, I'm going to put podcast on. I'm halfway through. Listen to Christian Chapman's podcast with Sci-Fan. Bodybuilding knowledge. Bodybuilding knowledge. Gotta always learn more. What do you guys think of my new setup as well? Holy shit. Yes. Not got all my RGB on. But yeah. Office is coming together. It's going to be sick when it's done. Not quite there. Still got a lot to do. But for now, really coming together. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you at the gym. Okay, so I didn't manage to get a ton of that rower footage. Annoyingly, I got 5 intervals, and then my camera fucking fell over off the tripod. And I didn't notice. However, massive PB on my 500s. So I'll be doing 500 meters on for the rower, and then 60 seconds rest for 10 intervals. And the goal is to keep the 500s at the same pace. So when I started these, and when I was 5 kilos heavier and not really doing much fitness, I was like hitting 2 minutes 3, 2 minutes 4, and genuinely struggling as well, like really poor fitness levels, really poor condition. And now I'm hitting 151s across the board and just feeling phenomenal. So I reckon a couple of weeks hitting 149s, and I'll feel like just on a massive trajectory from a fitness point of view. So I'm over the moon with that workout. But yeah, so let's get into the main shit now. Let's get into the main shit. Okay, so the idea of this video is for me to go through the exact protocol that I'm using in order to get as shredded as I can for photo shoot. And when I say shredded as I can, I don't mean like stage lean, bodybuilding stage lean, because no need for that. To get photo shoot lean, which, you know, is fatter than stage lean, there's no denying. But the whole purpose of this photo shoot is to look phenomenal, look full as well, which helps when you're not quite pushing down to such low levels of body fat, and doing it extremely healthily as well. So I'll talk through that a little bit. And as you can see, a calorie point of view and output point of view, you'll understand that, you know, not actually pushing that hard, and, you know, a lot is going correct, and that's for quite a few reasons that we'll talk about. So here we go, right? So my photo shoot is on 27th of June. So it's exactly 9 weeks today. We've been going for like 4 or 5 weeks overall, and I'm currently down. So this is just from when I started tracking on my own sheets, but I started at 97.5 kilos. So we're 4.1 kilos down as of today, and 4.5 kilos down overall from what a low weighing. Yeah, so there's been no changes to calories. Now my training day calories and non-training day calories, so rest day, are at 3,665. So still really high. Not had to change much. So I'm eating 265 grams of protein per day, 460 grams of carbs, and 85 grams of fat. Okay, so a lot of food in a big diet phase, prepping for photo shoot. So doing this, I'm still down 4.5 kilos and rapidly changing every week. So if things are changing, if fat's coming off, there's no need to change food. There's no need to go really low calories. So prior to this, I was at 4,400, so 4,400 calories a day. And weighing like 97.5 to 98, maybe a touch more at peak weight. And of course now at 93 kilos. So from that marker, that's 750 calories down from where I was peak gain. So you can understand why, you know, fat's coming off. It's really important you go through these cutting and gaining phases in order to actually get somewhere and not be destined to diet on nothing. Like 3,665 calories, people get fat on that amount, and I'm dieting on it, and a lot of people do who go through diet and gaining phases correctly, okay? So steps, I'm probably around anywhere between 6,000 and 7,000 a day. It's not a lot. That's pretty much potting around the gym. In fact, I tend to take my watch off when I'm in the gym, and a dog walk. So maybe 30 to 40 minutes on the dog walk. I've not really attempted to push this up at all because there's been no need to, but this will be an easy way to increase output in calorie burn when I have to. So it'd be easy to push that to 8, 9, 10K, really easy, and then continue fat loss with no issues. Cardio, I started off at 2 sessions per week on the rower, like I talked about, the 500s for 10 intervals. When we started off, that was actually 5 intervals. So slightly increased, and then as of this week, which I'm about to do tomorrow, a 3rd session has been added, which is a 5-kilometer row at around a 2-minute pace per 500, which makes it around 20 minutes. So in total, of actual work, it's around 60 minutes of cardio per day. I'm tracking it as 80 minutes, because I'm tracking the rest periods within the row as well, so that's about half an hour. So yeah, so it's not a lot, I've been in diet phase and prep for my last photo shoot. I was doing an hour of cardio a day where my body just wasn't in a prime position to diet. It just wasn't, and now it's responding beautifully to low amounts of cardio and high amounts of food. Training. Okay, so I've currently got a knee injury on the left knee with a tear in my MCL, I think. Yeah, tear in the MCL, so I can't really do much leg training. I can't load bear it much. I'm managing to do stuff like the rower and things like that, but I am suffering the consequence of doing that, I'll be really honest. So like going on walks can be a bit of a bitch. But the reason there's no leg training going in as well, because if it's load bearing and the angle of the knee pushes outwards slightly, causing me a ton of issues, and not issues I want. So I'll be back in with the doctor to see what the hell we can do about that, because my legs are withering away and it's fucking awful. Plus a leg day is great for fat burning as well, all that calorie burn. So I've got it set up like this at the moment, just because I kind of have to. So day 1, push, then we've got pull, rest, push, pull, rest, rest, with different focus on each day. So that's the setup. Let's go into the training. So for the training, day 1 is push, but with chest focus priority, okay? So what we are doing is starting off with pec fly machine, so pec deck generally, and we're sort of pre-fatiguing the chest, going into 2 heavier top sets and 1 back off set of 12 to 15. Okay, so starting off with 3 working sets on chest, prime everything, get that blood flow, make sure I'm getting a good connection with the chest before I go into my heavy pressing. It's really good for preventing injury and developing a better connection on heavier, less stable exercises, you know, stuff like dumbbell work. That's going to require that stability and take away from the muscle if you're not feeling it correctly, if things are moving around. So after we've done the pec deck, we're into dumbbell chest press. So this is just 2 working sets, top set, back off, pushing failure on both. Yeah, I don't need more than 2 sets. If I do a 3rd set, I get nothing from it, and the weight tends to have to be so light that it is pointless. I'd have a great connection on these, and I get every ounce out of the muscle on these, so just 2 working sets. And then we've got the hammer strength incline chest press. Now this is a bit of a funky machine in terms of setup, so you've got to get it right, otherwise it'll blast your shoulders. But for this, 2 top sets and 1 back off. So as you can see, we're starting off with 8 working sets on chest, again that chest priority. Moving into the Nautilus shoulder press machine, which is a pin-loaded shoulder press machine, but the angle of it is absolutely beautiful. And history of dodgy shoulders, it works really nicely for me. I actually do 3 working sets of 10 to 12, just because the kit tends to not be quite heavy enough for top sets and back offs, so I just blast out a bunch of top sets. And then moving to that lateral head, that side delt, trying to get that width. Seated lateral raise machine on, so this is a hammer strength lateral raise that I've got access to, and I work 3 working sets of 12 to 15. And then we're coming to triceps. We've got a cuff crossbody extension, so setting the pin behind me, getting the cuff on my hand and connecting through into that tricep. And then so that's 3 working sets, and then moving into dual long rope, so getting 2 rope attachments so we can get that extra squeeze through at the back and that extra range through the tricep, and working straight sets, 3 working sets of 8 to 10 on that. Okay, so 6 sets for triceps. So that's my push chest focus day. After that, the day after, I'll go straight into pull day, density focus, thickness, whatever you want to call it. I get the back warmed up with pull-ups, 4 working sets to failure. Nothing crazy, I just like doing these because it tends to loosen me up a little bit and get some blood flowing. Then I move into some stiff leg deadlifts. Love stiff leg deadlifts, just 2 working sets on these because if you push these to failure, they blitz you. Like you've got nothing left, nothing. And I mean, you get this right and that hip position stays high and that knee stays only slightly bent and you're pulling with them erectors, having to keep them lats locked in, game over on your back. It's unbelievable. Then I move into a prime extreme row for my main rowing movement. Do this with a neutral grip. Yes, I do this with a neutral grip. 2 working sets, 1 top set, 1 back off. Moving it into a chest supported machine row where we change the grip on this. Keep it nice and high in line with that upper lat, upper back, and we do a top set and 2 back offs. After this, I move into some biceps. I do some nice high rep work on biceps because I prefer that. Low cable curl, 3 sets of 15 to 20, into some cable hammer curls for that brack on a 45 rep goal giant set. Okay, so I'll pick a weight I can do for about 15, and then I'll rest pause it until I can hit 45. Then we rest the day after. Bit of rest, I'll be on the rower that day for cardio. And then we've got a push day with delt focus this time. Okay, we can't neglect, we can't just go push day, chest, that's not how it works. You'll end up with, you'll end up not looking as good or in line with what you want. So, jump onto a hammer strength plate loaded shoulder press machine, top set back off. Again, only need 2 sets on this, just from the main pressing work. Dual cuff standing lateral raise, 3 working sets 12, 15. These are phenomenal. These blow the delts up at this point. Then I move into a pin loaded chest press machine. So this isn't actually what I would generally normally do, but I've pushed it in there. I've been having some pec issues in my right pec. So I've changed it around just to some like simple pin loaded machines that don't require stability from the shoulder. So this is more just kind of what I'm doing for now. Is it optimal? No. Is it working well? Yeah, and it's allowed me to heal up and push on that first chest day. So this is just some straight sets, okay? After that, cuffed cable flies with clavicular focus. So setting that pin low, cuffs on the biceps, and boom, connecting with that upper pec, okay? 2 top sets and a back off. Then we've got the seated lateral raise machine again. 2 top sets, 2 back off. So we're changing the rep schemes, changing the amount of reps we're doing and increasing the set. And then we've got overhead tricep extensions with a rope. Then we've got tricep cable cross push down, setting the pins, and then bang, coming across. Beautiful. So that's the push day with delt focus. After that, we come straight into pull day whip focus. So we start off with a nice cable lat pull down, top set back off, prime seated row. Now I put this into the upper back, upper lat kind of position, and I do top set and the back off for this. So this is dual arm, overhand grip, boom, connect, okay? And then we move into prime, same machine, seated unilateral row. So we will lean over a little bit, we connect with that lat, we crunch that lat in, single arm, neutral grip on that hand, pulling to the hip, all lat. It's absolutely unbelievable. For that, I increase the working sets because I can handle it more. Top set and 2 back offs. From the low cable row, I tend to change the grip with this a little bit. I'm never consistent, depends what I can get access to. For this, 2 top sets and a back off, and then I finish on the bicep preacher curl machine for 4 working sets. Okay, so that's my current training program. That's my setup for getting absolutely shredded to the bone. No dicking about at all. So do I need a leg day in there? Yes, I can't really do it right now. The stiff leg deadlifts are dealing with some hamstring work, which is good. But yeah, so that's how it's working, guys. In terms of supplementation, creatine, all the good stuff, magnesium pre-bed, dextrin during a workout. I tend to do that. I don't always do it, but I do it on days where I feel like I'm gonna have a longer workout. But yeah, so that's how I'm getting shredded for this photo shoot, guys. That's my setup, and I'll keep you updated throughout. But yeah, remember, like, it's important that you keep cardio lower, food high, so you can retain muscle mass as much as possible during your diet, and then you're not wavering through your diet, okay? Really important. If you start too low too soon, you got no room to play with. Don't use all the tools in the toolbox. Add them week by week if you need to, or just as it comes, as things slow down. But yeah, so that's my exact plan, guys, for how I'm getting shredded for my photo shoot. I'm going to be in the shape of my life at 30 years old. And yeah, perfect. I'll catch you guys in the next video.